Hey, what's going on, everybody? Just out here doing a little practicing before I go hunting this afternoon. Today is Friday, I think November 29th. Uh, and the next 2 or 3 days there, I'm going to be set back up close to where I saw that buck before. Uh, I moved my stand down about, maybe 50 yards closer to where he crossed that little opening. And when I got in there and set the stand up, I set it up yesterday, day before, I guess. Uh, he's got a trail coming out of that bedding right down over the hill, and there's a couple of rubs within 10 yards of where I set that stand up. And if he's in there, he's going to be close. So I'm not going to talk too much when I'm in the stand. I don't like to anyway, but I get in there gabbing to the camera there and spook him, I'm going to be some aggravated, so I'm just not going to do it. Anyway, he's not staying in there all the time, but I'm going to take 2 or 3 days and set up just in the afternoons for that spot and see if I can't connect with him. Jeez, I'd love to get that buck. Let's go down and see how I did practicing. Pretty good there, but hunting, it's hard to take the time to practice. Quite a few days this last week I hunted all day. I mean, when are you going to practice? And when you're not hunting, there's all kinds of things you've been neglecting, that you got to take care of. But I try to practice as much as I can because enough things can go wrong in the woods when you're shooting at game. I at least try to do everything I can to make sure I'm going to be right when I let that release go. One of those was a little bit low and to the right there. I'll shoot a few more there. That was the first 3 arrows I shot. Not too bad, 30 yards. Like I said, it's a whole different ball game when you get in the woods there. You have branches in the way, shooting from elevated position. You got to do the best you can, though. No deer tonight. Gonna be a nice afternoon today. It is chilly. I spotted the big buck that I was after right here. And in the heat of the moment, I forgot to hit the record button again. He walked down along this trail just at a easy pace and came out into the opening. He didn't have a clue that I was there. He took a few more steps and he was right in front of this bush, and I composed myself and he took 2 more steps out into the opening and I let an arrow go, and unfortunately I made a bad shot. I hit him right in the shoulder. I'm not sure if it had something to do with the wind or if I just pulled the shot a little bit, but I didn't get a whole lot of penetration. And then he ran right back up the same trail that he came down. Can you believe that? I'm not going to celebrate right now because I didn't make the best hit on him. I hit him right in the shoulder. I don't know just how much penetration I got. He went about 40 or 50 yards over there, and I'm not sure if he laid down or if he just got out of sight. Boy, I don't even know what I got for footage there. Once I get out in the open air, I just made up my mind I was going to kill that thing. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, I hope I got him. It's only 3 o'clock right now. I'm going to wait here about a half hour, then I'm going to call my son up there and see if he'll come down and give me a hand. Jeez, I hope I got him. I almost didn't even come tonight. It's cold. It's about 20, 25 degrees out and the wind's blowing about 10, 15 miles an hour. Jeez, I hope I got him. Oh, man. I had time doing this. I was shaking all over the place and he stopped. And I was like, just take your time. Wait. You know, I tried to squeeze it off there, but I don't know. Boy, I hope I got him. I forgot to hit the record button again. Jeez. I cannot believe that. Jeez. Anyway, he was down a little bit further than what he was the first time I see him. But he came out just about 30 yards down below me and kind of stopped in the middle of the road. It's a tote road there, and just stood there, and I had this little branch right in my way, and he took 2 more steps and he was right in the open and right in a good shooting lane. I hope I get this thing. I called Eric up and he's going to be over here around 4 o'clock. I am going to be devastated if I don't get this deer. Number one, I hate to wound something and not be able to retrieve it. But all the time and effort that I put into this and not to get it. And not hitting the record button. Jeez. I'll tell you what. That's a nice deer. It's probably the biggest, if not one of the biggest deer I've killed. Well, we're going to get right to this. There's still a little bit of light left there. Hopefully he'll be dead, but if he isn't, maybe I can get another arrow into him there before it gets too dark to shoot. I just found a little spot of blood right here. we've gone, what, maybe 150, 200 yards?
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's bright red blood, and some of it has small bubbles in it, so I'm thinking that we probably just nicked the lung there. I'm going to go just a little bit further, and then I think we're going to back out for a couple, 2 or 3 hours there and let him be. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. Leave it till morning, and I'm going to see if I can't get somebody with a tracking dog. I don't have much confidence in it.
Yeah, many a hunter is. That took me 4 hours to get that far.
Amazed at how quick this is going compared to last night. Can you imagine having a nose like that?
Oh, there's a spot right there. She got it. She's right on it.
Okay, find it.
She's sitting right on a spot of blood there. So we just got done with the tracking dog and the person that was handling the dog, and shortly after the area that we left, the blood pretty much dried up. We're just finding just a little spot here and there, and we probably went a half mile or so there, and the tracker was pretty well convinced that we wasn't gonna get the deer. So that being said, I tracked bear up north for a lot of years, for those people that don't know me, and we had a little tradition up there. When I tracked an animal that somebody hit, if we didn't find it, they lost a shirt tail. And I took pleasure in doing that. So in all fairness, I'm going to do the same thing, give up my shirt tail, and I'm going to write the year and animal that I shot at and hang it on one of my racks to remind me to be more careful.
Oh, right. So I'd say this would be about a spike horn, a 6-point. I'm thinking big buck, you guys.
It's really too bad there, you know, to get a second chance at that and then to blow the shot. You know, what are you going to do? That's the way it goes sometimes.
I've seen some Facebook posts here recently asking about when they walk into a stand, or maybe they're sitting in a stand, and they say, I just jumped a buck or a deer. Do you think he'll come back? If you watch the previous episode, you'd see that the deer came in. He went to draw his arrow, and it came out because the quick release wasn't locked in all the way. Lo and behold, a few days later, that buck came back in. Maybe he'll be lucky enough for a third chance.
Yeah. I've got 2 weeks left, and I'm going to make it my mission
Definitely.
to try to harvest that deer. I don't know, you know, I might not be able to, but I'm going to do everything I can to try to get him.
For sure.